Hi everyone, welcome back to Grow Roots. This is Shannon, and today I'm going to be showing you an unboxing of a bulb order that I received from Holland Bulb Farms. I have no affiliation with Holland Bulb Farms. They did not pay me to make this video. It's just I have seen their ads come up so many times. I've never ordered from them before, and I got some lovely spring blooming bulbs in the mail, and I just wanted to show you and talk about them and see if they are worth it, because they do have really great prices and they are an online company. And so I just like to show you what you order when you order from Holland Bulb Farms. Okay, so I have a North Texas garden. I'm on the border of zone 8A and 8B. So our spring blooming bulbs can be a little bit complicated. If they don't get enough chill time, some of them, they don't bloom properly for us. And so I wanted to say that, and I'll talk about pre-chilling and all of those things, and if I'm going to pre-chill these bulbs. But also keep in mind, I am your average North Texas gardener living in a suburb north of Dallas, Texas. And so I don't have a whole lot of spaces. There's trees behind me, y'all, but that is a borrowed view. That is the watershed of the Lewisville Lake here in North Texas. And so I have a very small backyard garden. I have a pretty small front garden. If you have seen my tours, then you know. If you haven't, then please subscribe to my channel and you can watch all of the garden tours. I give you guys monthly tours of my gardens, but I have small spaces to plant things in. So this is not going to be a huge order. I also have a modest budget, don't want to spend a whole lot. And so Holland Bulb Farms, I really thought that the price was absolutely fantastic for what I got. So here we go. So here is the box in which they came in, and I want to say that I ordered these probably in late August or early September, when they started having all of their sales and pre-orders available, because I wanted to get what I wanted when it was still in stock. And then those were pre-orders. And so on Holland Bulb Farms website, they do say that they do not start shipping their pre-orders not until mid to late September. And then depending on your area, they ship them to you when you're pretty much supposed to be planting them or needing to be pre-chilling them in my area. But they shipped, I think, on September 23rd, and I received them today, which is September 25th. I know by the time you see this, it might be a little bit later, but 2-day shipping, and it arrived really well. They arrived packaged really well. I did pull them out already because I wanted to kind of look at them, but I wanted to let you know what I got. Okay, so first off, I got 2 orders of the blue grape hyacinth muscari. And so just to show you what these little packages look like, these guys look really good. I know that muscari are smaller bulbs to begin with, and this has 25 bulbs in it, and everything is labeled like really well. It even tells you like the size of the bulb, the spacing of the bulb, the height that they're going to be, and their bloom time. So these are going to bloom in mid-spring, and muscari actually do naturalize here in North Texas pretty well. I've never had muscari, so I'm super excited. I absolutely love the look of blue muscari mixed with yellow daffodils. That is like my vision, and so that's what I plan on doing, actually. So I have 50 of these, 2 packages. You guys, these were $7 for 25 bulbs, so $14 for 50 bulbs, which I think is a really good deal. And then, feeling them, none of them are squishy. They're all all of them have a pretty good coloration. I don't want to take them out, I'm sorry. I can see the dried up roots on them, so I think these are going to work out really well. So that's muscari. And then planting with them are going to be this guy. Oh my goodness. Okay, so this is a mixed daffodils, like naturalizing mix. So this is 50 daffodil bulbs, and these are, let me see if I can show you. Some of these are like really decent sized. Yeah, wow, some of these are actually really big. You see those? They are all, like, none of them are squishy. All of them are looking pretty good. Now, not all of them are as big as the one that I just showed you, but quite a few of them are. They're good. Even this is like a medium-sized one. I don't see any super tiny ones in here at all. And again, none of them, there's my puppy. Hi, Gummy. None of them are squishy. They're all looking really, really, really nice. So, there's my,
I snuck up on you so I can be in the video.
So what I plan on doing with the daffodils and the grape muscari is planting them in my brand new garden bed. I'll take you over there in just a second. Actually, let's go see it right now. Hold on. Okay, so here's my new garden bed area. We have a new shed that we're putting all of our landscape supplies in. And so the daffodils and the muscari are going to be right here, probably in with the Stella d'Oro daylilies. I have lemon balsedum here, and then the Stella d'Oro daylilies back there. They are yellow blooming daylilies, and so I'm gonna mix in my daffodils and my muscari in with them. And there's a very good reason for that. And the reason is because when the daffodils and the muscari are done blooming, I can leave the foliage up, and that's also the time that the daylilies are going to be coming up with their foliage, and so it'll all mix in together, and I can let the foliage of the daffodils and muscari kind of gather their sunlight, gather their energy, so that they can come back and naturalize and bloom next year. So I think that's going to be gorgeous. Picture, you know, the yellow and the blue, and then that lemon coral sedum should, you know, hopefully be still evergreen at that point as well, and that's just going to be a lovely, lovely mixture. Okay, so the last thing that I ordered from them are tulips. And so these are the mixed Triumph value bag. This is 50 bulbs. These are supposed to be 11/12 of a centimeter around. So not the biggest tulip bulbs that I have seen, but they're also decent size. And again, they all look really good. None of them are, all of them look awesome. They're not squishy. They're not miscolored. They look pretty awesome. And so these tulips, so let me talk about tulips in the South for just a second. Tulips in the South do not naturalize. It does not get cold enough in the winter time for them to bloom any past the first season, unless you dig them up, you know, unless you allow the leaves to soak in all of the sun, and then once the leaves have died off, you could dig up the bulbs, store them properly, pre-chill them in the refrigerator, and then plant them back out. You totally could do that. However, many gardeners here in North Texas, they treat tulips as if they are annuals. And so they buy them, we have to pre-chill them, which I'll talk about in just a moment, and then we plant them out, and then as soon as the tulip flower fades, we basically take them out. And that's kind of what I plan to do this year. So I usually actually don't do tulips very often for that very reason. It's kind of a lot of expense and effort for somewhat of a little bit of a reward. I do love them though, don't get me wrong. And so this year I have a vision, and I really want that vision to come to life, and so I am doing a little bit of tulips. So what these are going to be, these are like mixed varieties. So there's yellows and reds, and I think there might be some purples in there. There might be whites as well. It's like a mixed bag, but I really, really want to mix my tulips with some pansies this year. And so that's what I'm going to do. This was actually inspired by our realtor, actually, who showed us this house and helped us, you know, do everything, and she did all the paperwork and all that. Our realtor, Sylvia, she's also an avid gardener, and she's pretty, she, you know, posts a lot on a neighborhood Facebook page, like for gardening, not neighborhood, but North Texas gardening Facebook page. And one of the things that she has posted a couple of different times are she likes to do various pansy flower beds, and then she mixes tulips in with them, and it's absolutely gorgeous. If I get her permission to show her pictures, I'm going to pop them up on the screen. I'm still waiting for her permission as of now, but I really want to show you the inspiration pictures. I have looked at these pictures several times this year. I really want this to happen, and so that's what I'm going to do. However, I'm doing it on a small scale. So what I have decided, I'm pretty sure, I have 2 large containers that are curbside, and right now they have Mystic Spire's blue salvia in them, along with some cascading vinca, but I am going to be transplanting the Mystic Blue Spire's salvia into other locations. I know one location for sure. If I can't figure out another place to put the second one, then I'm going to give it away to a friend or neighbor. But I'm going to take those out fairly soon, probably in the next month. And then I'm going to get my pansies. I usually like to buy my pansies from Green Acres because they carry matrix pansies, which I have found matrix pansies to just be extraordinary. But I really have a color scheme in mind too, so I'm just going to be looking out for the color pansies that I really, really like this year. Maybe even violas, but I think I'm going to stick with pansies. But I'm going to put those pansies and these bulbs eventually in the containers that are curbside, and then I will be planting the tulips at the appropriate time. I'll talk about pre-chilling and timing in just a moment, but I really, really am excited to see this come up. And I think the color pansy for the tulips that I want in these curbside containers is going to be blue matrix pansies. It needs to be a solid blue color because I love that these are going to be multicolor, and then blue will just make those colors pop if planted around them. So that's my plan. I'm super excited about that. And yeah, so let's talk about here in the South what we have to do, and that is called pre-chilling for bulbs. I don't know everything about pre-chilling, but I have done a lot of research, and I do know that tulips for sure, and hyacinths, so muscari, they are both supposed to be pre-chilled. And so I can't get into too many specifics because I don't know where y'all are located, but the amount of time that you need to pre-chill your bulbs depends on where you're located and when the bulbs are actually set to bloom. So for instance, if you have an early spring bloomer, they typically don't need as much chill time as say a late spring bloomer would. And then generally speaking, you need a chill time of at least 6 weeks, and then it could go all the way up to 14 weeks. So here for us in zone 8A, zone 8B, that chill time actually needs to be about 10 to 14 weeks is what I have found. And then a general rule of thumb for me is to just have them in a refrigerator. Now, your refrigerator should be set to anywhere from, I think it's 40 degrees to 45 degrees. I have a garage refrigerator, so it's perfect. But if you're keeping them in your regular refrigerator, do not keep them with any kind of fruit, because I forget the name of that. It's some type of urea, something acid, like gas that comes into your refrigerator, and that will keep your bulbs from blooming. So don't keep fruit in the refrigerator with your bulbs, but generally you need 3. What I do is I will just keep them in the fridge for 3 months. So October, November, December, and then I plant out my tulips by the first week of January, last week of December or first week of January, whenever I can get to it. And so my tulips for sure will be in there. The muscari will be in there as well. I will probably plant the muscari at the same time as the tulips, but the daffodils do not necessarily need to be pre-chilled. And so you can look that up whatever specific bulb you have to decide if it needs to be pre-chilled, and for your zone if it needs to be pre-chilled. But that is what I plan to do for mine. The daffodils will be planted out probably in late October. So I can plant them in the fall and they can go through the winter and they will do just fine. The muscari, honestly, that's kind of borderline as well. It might be okay, but I'm gonna pre-chill them just to make sure. And yeah, I talked about what time I will plant them. And so those are my bulbs for 2025, unless I decide to get any more, which I kind of am tempted to, but I'm gonna try to refrain this year. But Holland Bulb Farms, I absolutely recommend it. They have great prices, and the shipment that I received is great, and I don't see anything wrong with it. As long as they're stored properly, I think they will do perfectly. So there you go. So if you have any questions, comments, please put them down below. If you liked this video, please subscribe, and I have a lot of gardening content just like what you just saw. I would absolutely appreciate if you subscribed and commented below. I hope all of you have a fabulous day. Thank you so much for watching, and goodbye everybody.